Got 1 or 2 deer in mind this evening. Splits. It's got forks on both G2s. And another one, I call him Flyers because he's got 2 little flyers off of his left G2 and 1 flyer off the other G2.
This wind is absolutely perfect. I've got about 5 or 6 sets, really good sets, and I mean some of the best, for northeast winds, because it's one of those winds you rarely get. And that's what we got here this evening. Normally they walk down this road. We'll see what happens.
Like any other September evening, it starts off a little slow. You see a few does and a couple 1.5-year-old bucks and some smaller deer. And then what would happen to pop out, but this little doe comes squirting through, and then all of a sudden I look up and I see this big wall of antlers coming out from behind the brush.
I've shot, I don't know how many does in that exact same spot right there. The mistake I made was not getting him to stop 100%. He was still rolling forward, and I was trying. I was actually doing it pretty loud. I mean, on the verge of maybe spooking him. And I should have let him, and I didn't. And I hit him way back. Wasn't anywhere close to where I was aiming. Well, it ended up right where the arrow was good up and down. It was just terrible left and right. But I should have let him, and he rolled forward. Terrible, absolutely horrendous. And the only possible way of recovering that deer is if I cut that artery, that main artery that runs down. Start at the front, goes all the way to the back, and then comes down their leg. But if I didn't cut it, chances of recovering that animal are pretty slim. We will more than likely let him lay tonight, even though the temperatures are pretty warm. It's not cool, not like what we would like.
Okay, appreciate it. See you in a while. Bye. That was Brother Mark. I just got off the phone. We watched the footage, and I'm still not happy with the shot. I've made some bad shots, but that's the worst one I think I've ever made. And I just talked to Mark, got off the phone with him. He's turning, he's coming this way. It'll be a couple hours till he gets here, but I am tickled to death that he's coming up because he's got better eyeballs than I do. We're gonna be looking for blood tomorrow morning.
This literally has been one of those hands and knee type track jobs. You know, with my eyes, which are bad, I'm having really tough time seeing blood. We let him lay overnight, so if we find him, it's attributable to number 1, a fast bow, and number 2, the rage broadhead. If we don't find him, it's just another one to chalk up to experience. Terrible judgment call. I can smell bile like sewer. I've been catching hints of that. I don't know, once in a while you get lucky. Well, I'm just down to just drips ever so slightly, but I keep catching whiffs. Look here, look, right here. Where? Yeah! What a big giant.
For anyone that's ever followed our video series of television shows knows that I've had my problems throughout time with these big deer. But every once in a while, life is full of highs and lows, and I'm on an absolute all-time high right now because I put an errant shot, a terrible shot on this particular animal. Bad judgment call. You know, when you get a big deer in on you and you're flustered trying to get him to stop, he wouldn't stop. I punched the trigger anyway, hit him way back, but the combination of a rage broadhead and a fast shooting PSE was the only reason that I recovered this animal. That deadly combination just got in the back of his ham, and it exited actually almost halfway in his body here. He was quartering away enough that the arrow poked through the other side here and right about midways. It was a long and arduous track job, one of those where we were just finding speck, so I'm assuming that internally there's a lot of blood inside here. I know he smells. He literally followed my nose, if you can believe that. But we could smell him just coming down the hill here, and he is an absolute giant. You know, and there's always a decision-making process that you go through. We have the luxury to review the footage over and over on video, And with that particular hit, there was no question that I was going to wait overnight and try and recover him this morning, and that's exactly what we did. He really didn't go. I can almost see the tree stand, if you can believe that, but he made kind of a loop and went probably 150 to 160 yards, something like that. But as luck would have it, found him right here where he was laying in his bed. Just happened to get extremely lucky. Yes! What character this particular buck has, he's got stickers all over. I nicknamed this deer Flyers because I had so many photos, but he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 flyers that are just kind of abnormal points. And his mass is just incredible. It runs all the way throughout. And he's just a phenomenal deer, gonna make a beautiful mount. Can't wait to take him to a taxidermist and get him hung on a wall. This is a beautiful, beautiful deer. I'm extremely, extremely lucky to recover this animal.